What you are about to see is the final part of a real hypnosis session I did with my colleague Ray. This is not a demonstration created for a video, and it's not a theoretical explanation. It's an authentic therapeutic moment captured as it unfolded. I choose to share this specific part of the session because it touches something essential, something that most people instinctively try to solve in the wrong direction. It's about the relationship between past, present and future, and more specifically about how the future can guide the present instead of the present trying to force its way into the future. We usually think of time as something linear. The past is behind us, the present is the only place where action seems possible, and the future is something unknown that we are supposed to move forward. From a therapeutic and neurological perspective, that model is incomplete. Past, present and future are not separate compartments. They are parts of one interconnected system. The identity we have today was shaped by past experiences, emotional imprints, nervous system conditioning and beliefs about what is safe and possible. And that identity has one clear limitation. It does not know how to realize the wish it desires. If it did, we would already be living that reality. So asking the present self to figure out how to reach the desired future is unrealistic. It's like asking a map to redraw the territory. That is why in this session we did something very different. Instead of pushing the present self to think harder or try more, we contacted the future successful version of the self. In hypnosis, this is not symbolic and it's not imagination. Hypnosis allows us to bypass the analytical mind and access the organization intelligence of the system, what I often refer as the inner wisdom. The future successful self already contains the outcome, the learning, the emotional regulation and the internal posture that made success possible. It already knows the route because it has lived it. So instead of guessing forward from the present, we allow the future to inform the present. In this part of the session, the future self provides guidance and direction, not as an abstract advice, but as usable, grounded information that the present self can integrate. But something even more important happens at the same time. The present self does not only receive information, it also receives a felt sense of already being successful. And this is where most personal development approaches miss the point. Steps without emotional safety do not work. Strategies with nervous system permission collapse. If the brain experiences success as unsafe, it will block it, no matter how good the plan is. But when the system can experience success as safe, success becomes available. That feeling of already being successful acts like an internal access code. Once the nervous system recognizes it as safe, it is allowed to exist, and what can exist can repeat. From that moment on, the task of the present self becomes surprisingly simple. Not to control, not to force, and not to overthink, but to follow the feeling. Every person you meet, every situation that presents itself, every opportunity that evokes that same inner feeling becomes feedback. It becomes a signpost showing that you are aligned. This feeling is not vague and it is not generic. It's specific. It has a precise emotional signature. You could call it a frequency, and like a GPS, it does not shout directions. It recalculates quietly. When you experience more of that feeling, you are on course, on track. When the feeling fades, the system adjusts. In that sense, the future self becomes a living compass, not controlling the present self, but continuously orienting it. This connects directly with what Dr. Maxwell Maltz described as the self-image thermostat. He observes that every human being has an internal setting that regulates how much success, love, health, or abundance feels normal. Just like a heating system, it brings us back to what feels familiar. When external circumstances rise above that internal setting, the system automatically corrects back down. Not because we are broken, but because the nervous system prioritizes familiarity over change. Hypnosis allows that thermostat to be gently reset, not by convincing the mind, but by allowing the system to experience a higher level as safe. When the future successful self is contacted in hypnosis, the thermostat does not need to be forced. It adjusts naturally because the system recognizes the future as its own. What you're about to watch is that moment in action, a moment where the future begins to guide the present, not through effort or struggle, but through alignment. The future does not need to be created through force. It needs to be remembered and followed. Enjoy this part of the session with Ray. Congratulate Ray. Give her a hug. Shake her hand. Give her a high five, whatever it is. Convince Ray you are congratulating her so she can feel it, sense it. This is the way. This is the truth. She made it. Finally, she's here. Can you feel that, Ray? Absorb, immerse yourself in the congratulations. It is a done deal. You're already here. Congratulations. Well done. You are my unique expression. You blend with superconscious, and the superconscious is you. Feel it, it flows through your DNA. You are the creating source of everything, always have been and always will. You are the one you just forgot. Now you're here. Enjoy the creativity. Enjoy the safety. Nothing can go wrong. All is well. Now, from the perspective of the quantum jump, from the future self, allow information to flow all the way to the present moment, to the Ray who is lying on the floor in my session. Allow advice given by the future self. What did I do to get here? Let the information flow from the perspective of the future self this time, in the most appropriate manner, safe, benevolent, and repeat the information until the brain gets it. Repeat it, superconscious. Repeat it, future self. Ray, when you can understand the information, let me know. Thank you so much. The only thing you need to do as of today, Ray, is once in a while visit your future self and give yourself advice. This time, from the perspective of wisdom, it is safe now. Can you believe this? It is safe now to flourish, to explore opulence. It is okay now. Are you willing to give yourself permission to feel the sensations now? Are you willing to create out of nothing, from a singularity, the best possible outcome. Feel the connection which you have between the past, the present, and the future. There is, and there has been, and there will always be a correlation. Remember, the present has no idea how to go to the future best self, but the future self has already walked the path. Allow her to be you and to advise you, so you know exactly what you need to do to get there. Okay? Now, superconscious. Thank you so much for your help. I apologize, in the beginning I was a little slow, but I think we got the message. So thank you for guiding me in this session. Now allow Ray to drift back into her physical body, so she's well grounded. And now allow her to wrap it up and gently come back out of trance. And allow her to open her eyes only when she is ready to follow her path, the uniqueness, which goes directly to her future self. Only then allow her to open her eyes, not before she has made the decision. Welcome back. How do you feel?
Hard to describe. It's hard to describe. I feel good.
Yeah. So I noticed that, like so many people, in the beginning it was a little bit challenging to feel stuff, which is normal, because if you're really sensitive, I mean, our society is not built for sensitive people. So it's normal. But I wanted to give you the experience that it is safe now. And from there on, build and make sure you have all the information you need. Now remember, the past, the present, and the future. There's always a correlation between the three of them. The past has experienced stuff, some was good, some was bad. If we, in the present moment, still live our life based on the experiences from the past, we are limiting ourselves, because we know exactly how we got here. But we want to go over there, the best possible outcome. And the present version of herself has no idea how to get there. But what we can do by using hypnosis is to go to the best possible outcome and already explore it. And let that feeling be present. And if we can convince ourselves in the hypnosis session, whether it is guided by someone else or it is by our own in self-hypnosis, we can ask information which is sent back to the present moment. But now at least we have a path. Now at least we have a feeling. So as of today, when you interact with people, when you read something, when you have a new experience, and suddenly you feel this sensation of, uh-oh, this is related to the sensation I had in the session with my future self. It resonates. Then you need to take action. if you get a proposal at that moment for a job or whatever it will be, then you know, okay, this frequency will be a part of the best possible outcome. And I just need to follow this feeling because now it is safe to have this feeling. And it becomes much easier because otherwise we live in our head and we think, should I go left or right or blah, 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 blah. And we feel stuck. But if we have this sensation, it's much easier to follow that sensation. And you and I, we're kind of the same. We are kind of rational people. We live in our we live in our head, and it's our learning curve to be present in our physical body and allow our intuition to provide us with understandable information which comes and flows through the nervous system, which is a feeling. Frequency is a feeling. And from the moment we feel this sensation, which is related to the best possible outcome, we are always on track. We are always in direct communication with the future self.
Mm. Yeah, I
So
felt a sense of expansion. Not that I'm already one. I don't think I felt that yet, but a sense of expansion, openness. And that's the language, right? The language of our soul.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. So we don't have to analyze at that moment. We don't have to overcomplicate or overthink. We just have to follow that feeling.
yeah.
Okay?
And sometimes the feeling comes from the patterns, old patterns in our nervous system, right? So for me, sometimes I can't really tell if it's from my wired nervous system from years of pattern, or it's really the true feeling that I have about a certain event.
Exact. But it was just a strategy for survival.
Mm,
And now, today, December 2025, it's safe now to have a different learning curve.
mm.
Now it's safe to explore feelings. Now it's safe to enjoy life. Um, because that's why we are here, to
Yeah.
enjoy Belgian chocolates and have
Yeah.
lots of fun things.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
So it was a really nice experience. Yeah. Goes beyond word. So
Oh, you're welcome.
yeah.
So you're also a skilled hypnotist. If people want to work with you, maybe in their local language like Mandarin or in Dutch or in English, you're a polyglot. How can they find you?
On the website right now. I'm on Drew's website now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And um, what is the URL?
Drewhypnosis.com.
Okay, wonderful. Because you're perfect to guide also other people in to their best possible outcome. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it was hard not to notice what you were saying uh, in the hypnosis. Like, no, 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 I shouldn't be trying to remember what you're saying. Yeah.
You did well. So thank you for the exploration.
Thank you, Christoph.